What's up, everybody? Well, as some of you may know or may not know, my main computer pretty much is inoperable at the moment. For whatever reason, whenever I try to start it, I just get a VGA light. So, just in preparation, I bought a couple things. I bought another PCI Gen 4 riser cable from LinkUp, just in case the other one died or whatever, and hopefully it didn't, but if in case it did take the 4090 with it, I got a 4090. Kind of got a little bit, one that I kind of liked a little bit better now. This one I only think was out in the beginning of the 4090s anyway, but I only got the Gaming X Trio because it was the only one left in stock. I waited too long making a decision on what one I wanted, and by the time I made a decision, I was like, oh, well, all the big expensive ones I figured no one would want are actually gone. Shit. Well, guess I'll just get the Gaming X Trio then. I got that from Best Buy through the help of a bot that told me like 5 minutes early that it was gonna be available. And then click on a link, boom, put it right in your cart, click buy, and you're good. I don't use the ones that just go and buy 20,000 of them and go, hey, now you've got 20,000 freaking GPUs, hell yeah, now you can scalp. Nope, F that shit. Besides, that stuff's done anyway. But in any case, so this is gonna be the replacement, possible either way, for the MSI Gaming Trio 4090 I've got, even if the LinkUp cable fixes it or whatever. So, now that we got all that explanation of why I even have another 4090 out of the way, why don't we unbox this real quick? I figured I'd do this before I even start troubleshooting and adding stuff to the other computer, you know? So, let's go get started, shall we? Well, alright, let's start unboxing, but before we do, just for fun, let's take a quick look around the box. Now, it does have a textured feel to it. It's got this weird sparkly stuff all over. It's got kind of an anonymous looking hacker kind of guy on the page here. It tells you what it is. It's got RGB. It's got 102mm fans on it. It's got even another fan that you can clip on the back that I may or may not use. Let's see. On the side here, we just got a little bit of info. On the back, we just have, again, all the different things you can do. This is kind of just an NVIDIA talking point for the most part. There's not too much. This is all their stuff right here. But not too much here, and then I don't think there's nothing. It just says Galax and the name of the card right there. So there we are. Now that we've looked at all around it, why don't we go ahead and start actually unboxing the thing. Now let's start actually unboxing this thing. So I'm just gonna kind of set it on my laptop a little bit because the blasted thing is so freaking long. Then we'll get a decently cool looking knife. I feel like you have to have a cool knife if you're going to do an unboxing. That's just how it is. Ooh, is that one of those ones that you can't actually like... Ooh. Interesting, yeah. This one's not even for that. I'm glad I noticed. I think you just peel this thing off. Or something. Alright, maybe not. It felt like I was going to cut something I shouldn't. But let's try to get this top part cut, I guess. I thought it wasn't going to be necessary, but indeed it were. Here we go. Kind of did the cutting part off camera there, but it was a weird freaking thing. Here we go. So, we got it unopened now, so now let's actually try to get the rest of this shit on camera. This blasted thing is so large, though. It's not exactly easy. Yep, gently let it come out. Grab it so it doesn't fall over. That wouldn't be good. All right. I think we can set it down like that now, can't we? Yes. Oh, Misty, don't go in the GPU box. I know you like playing with boxes, but let's leave that one alone, huh? All right, I guess I'll put that up there. Sorry about that. Misty's a very inquisitive kitty. She's like, ooh, box, I want to play. All right, let's open this up and see what we get. So, when you first open it, well, actually, let's get the camera set up in a better angle so you guys can see a little better first. There we go. That's a much better angle for a box opening. Otherwise, you guys wouldn't even see what the hell I'm doing. So, first off, if it'll come out, I don't want to break the blasted thing. It's really in there. All right, wow. Just want to make sure I'm going to break it, but you get this cool little fan right there. Put on the back of your card. You get this what do you call it? It's like a little thing for keeping your shit level. And then you've got your little octopus cable, and this one does take 4, so luckily I went and got myself a PCI extension cable. I believe this is for the RGB. So it looks like anyway. Isn't that funny? They give you the RGB for the whatchamacallit, but they don't give you the RGB for, or maybe no, this probably has its own thing. It's got its own cable on it. So that's cool. They give you this. You were supposed to get a RGB one of these. So they still give you the cable for it, but then they just give you like a basic Amazon cheapo one. That's kind of lame. But it is what it is. They could have given you nothing, so I guess I shouldn't be too irritated, but that's still a little false advertising to say that it comes with the one and then not. But anyway, no one really cares about any of that stuff anyway, so let's just get that out of the way. What else do we got here? We got ourselves a feature guide. Nobody cares about that either, really. What do we got? Is this their instructions or whatever? Yep. How to install stuff. What? Alright. No. We're going to go turn the computer on and we're going to put that bitch in there while the computer's on just to see what it does. No, not really. But now let's actually take a look at the GPU itself. If I can get this chunky thing out of here. Holy crap. Everything in here is very tight and well put in there, but wow, that thing is chunky. So let me just set that off to the side just for a second. Nothing else in there, I don't think. I guess we could try to take this out just to make sure. But I doubt there's anything else hiding. Nope. But gotta do that just to be thorough. So let's get this box out of the way. And then let's take a quick look at the actual GPU. Here we go. I decided to take it out of the anti-static bag off camera, figuring that's just gonna make a bunch of crinkly noises and probably irritate people. It's not that fun, sticky stuff that people like seeing getting peeled off. If it was that, I would have left the camera on, but didn't want to irritate people with all that weird noise. So here is the GPU in all of its glory. Hell, if my last freaking GPU was big chungus, this is like fucking ultra chungus. So you got your 302mm fans right there. Heck, is that the same size as them? Yep, so you get one more 102mm fan to throw on the back. I didn't know if it was slightly bigger or maybe not, so just throw it right up next to the other ones and you can pretty much see. So let's have a look at all the rest of the card. Not too much stuff going on. It's got little RGB effects that'll go on. I think that lights up too. I think also this stuff will light up. I'm not 100 on that. That might have changed too if they didn't even give you the right RGB vertical mount thing. So anyway though, you got your little power connector there, and that's pretty much all there is on this card. Yeah, I don't even see like a switch for BIOSes or anything like that. So it is what it is. What the heck's that all about? Why is there a little white thing right there? What are you? I don't want you on my GPU. Off. Alright, there we go. Uh-oh, I think Misty heard that. She's like, ooh, tape, I want that. Nope, you can't eat tape. Tape is not good for you. Alright, and then we've got the back. So, just for, I'm not going to actually attach it right now, but this is what this would look like. Just like so. So that would be pretty cool. I'm probably going to put it on, and if my cords don't get in its way. So, normally I wouldn't even bother showing this part, but there is 2 ports right there for the, one of them's for the fan and the other one is kind of essentially pointless because they don't give you the RGB stand, but if they gave you the stand, one of those would have been for the stand. Alright, and then I just wanted to show you guys these, but I don't want to bash my laptop and scratch it. You've got your HDMI right there, and then you've got 3 more display ports. And besides that, hell, that's pretty much it. So, now it is time to go in and install this thing. So, I'm going to go take all my lights, get set up around my main desktop, and we'll get to the bottom of why it's not working. Alright, so I haven't tried turning this thing on since I showed you guys in the video that it was broken and not giving me a signal, but I figured in this video too, I'll just show you guys what it was doing. So come over here and plop that on real quick. And how funny would it be if it all of a sudden works? Haven't had it on, maybe all it needed was a break. Still gonna mess with stuff though, even if it does turn on and everything's all good. Nope, it looks like the, oh, wait. What's it do? Oh, we got a picture now. So that's an improvement. No matter what I did, I couldn't get that to work before. So, interesting. Anyway, regardless though, I'm going to disassemble that since something obviously is doing weird shit, and the only thing I added was that new riser cable. So I'm gonna try just plopping a new riser cable in there just to be safe, and I'm gonna install the new GPU then, and cool. I guess there's nothing really wrong with that GPU, I don't think. Probably. I'll do a little bit more testing later, but I think the GPU is probably fine. It's probably that riser cable. But anyway, let's stop talking about that, and obviously that's funny how it works. Last time I joked around saying, oh man, this thing will probably just work now. I'll use reverse psychology. Anytime something on this channel doesn't want to work, I try to show you guys it's not working, and then all of a sudden it makes a liar of me and it works. But then I get to make the video about it working, which is what I wanted to do in the first place, so works in my favor every time. Didn't work the last time, but apparently now it worked this time. Funny how that works, isn't it? But let's get that thing ripped out, get one more PCI 8-pin connected to that power supply, and then I think we'll be in business and we can do a first boot with the new GPU and everything. But that's going to make my other video I was going to make a little pointless now. I was going to make a video about fixing it and troubleshooting, but if it's going to just basically work, and we can pretty much say it's probably the link-up cable. Unless I put the new GPU in and all of a sudden it goes back to doing the same thing, then maybe it was something else, motherboard related, who knows. But enough blabbing, let's get back to work. Well, alright. We got it installed. I could not install the back fan. It would have interfered with the reservoir here. Even this one gets close to touching it. Well, technically it is touching it a little bit, but it is what it is. Hopefully that doesn't bother it too much, but I doubt it will. But, in any case, I figured real quick, why don't we see if it actually boots and shows us a picture again like the last card did, but I don't see why this, unless it's dud. Let's see if it boots. Hey, it's getting power, that's cool. Wow, that thing looks sick. But it's all in vain if it doesn't give me a damn picture, so picture. You know you want to. You know you want to give me that picture. It does give me that picture. That's fucking right. Good. So, now we'll let it boot into Windows, and we'll go run a couple benchmarks real quick. I'm gonna go get the glass put back on and everything too. So, we shall return. All right. So, we got the thing installed and whatnot. So, I wanted to run some benchmarks real quick. I'll obviously get us some, shots of it up close and whatnot too. But, wanted to do this first. So this is bone stock, no overclocking or anything. I'll make another video once I overclock it and whatnot. So that is the Firestike score, 46,764 with a graphics score of 61,163. Physics is 53,885 and a combined is 15,779. So now that we got that one out of the way, let's go run a couple more benchmarks real quick before we show off what the card looks like in the system and all that good stuff. Benchmarks all finished. So this time we ran Time Spy, so we got 33,165 with a graphics score of 35,848 and the CPU score is 23,290. So now let's go run two more quick benchmarks real quick, and then we'll get to showing off what the GPU looks like in the system and all that good stuff, because I know people want to see that too. Port Royale's all done, and we got ourselves 24,953, which is not bad. I think that's pretty average for a 4090, especially if it's just stock, not doing anything. But one thing I can tell you running the benchmark so far is the thing is quiet as all hell, and no coil whine, like whatsoever. It's just as quiet as my Sapphire 7900 XTX. I think it's a Nitro Plus edition. That thing is also like no coil whine. The old 4090, the MSI Gaming Trio, that thing coil whine like a son of a bitch. Not quite as bad as the 3090 Founders it replaced, but still. Anyway, next and last benchmark before we do a little looking at the GPU and whatnot. Our last test saw finish, I ran Speedway, and we got 9735, which is below average, but the way I see it is, in the 9000s, you're probably around stock, haven't messed with anything. Average is probably people that have like maybe turned on or up the power limit, maybe overclocked a little bit, and then you got the best people that have like probably like, you know, the best of the best GPUs. They sit there and they mess with it to the, you know, till it's just a borderline unstable, and then just barely pull it back enough just to be stable, that kind of stuff. So I wouldn't worry too much about the scores. I'm just doing this just for fun, and so I can compare it to the other 4090, just for fun. But anyway, now that we got all the boring benchmarks out of the way, let's go and get ourselves a little bit of some close-ups of the GPU now, shall we? Well, alright guys, and with that is a wrap for this video. The new 4090 is pretty badass, and should definitely tide me over until the 40 or 5090 comes out, whenever that is. Probably in another year, or at the end of probably middle next year to the end of next year. Just a guess. Could be wrong. Could be longer than that. Either way, I am set. So now I can go back to making videos on this thing again too. Well, not just editing them, but actually get videos made on them too, you know. I think I'm like 2 games behind. I gotta do Scarlet Nexus and also a Yakuza game, Yakumi. So gotta go do those on there real quick, but luckily I wasn't too far behind. But in any case, that is all I got for you guys. I am a happy camper now that I got my main computer back up and running. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, cause I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.